Back about last week, I did a video about a possible apparition I seen. You guys remember? It was pretty much right on the video I did about the loss of our cat. This is a follow-up of that video. You know, I read some comments on it, and I want to give my opinion, what it was I might have saw or what happened, and let's talk about that for a little bit. Well, I'm down here in the basement. It's about 1:30 in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to bed after this. It's one of them nights I can't sleep. And I want to give some thought on this. So it's going to be probably an uncut video tonight. Now, if you guys remember, let's walk around a little bit while we talk, okay? If you guys remember back, back through the last summer, I did a documentary on the paranormal. And I mentioned in the documentary that I used to be a ghost hunter. And I was a paranormal investigator for many, many years. And as you remember, two of the things I thought I'd seen as I was a ghost hunter, I was able to come up with ways to debunk it. Through all the years I was a ghost hunter, I had picked up what I thought was signs of an apparition, signs of paranormal haunts. And here in the basement right now, when we first moved into the house, there was a couple signs then. But what I seen the other night doesn't even compare. It's not even close. What little crap I seen when I was an investigator. Guys, I don't know what it is. I got a comment the other day. I'll tell you about this comment. I suffer from anxiety attacks and panic attacks, okay? A mental illness. And I got a comment the other day, and the comment says, with people that have anxiety attacks and panic attacks, how do we know that this isn't something that kind of follows and is somewhat related to that? Right over there is where it happened. I don't know if it's related to that, to tell you the truth. It's something that just makes you think about that now, doesn't it? We don't know about the human mind what can transpire, you know? I can tell you right now, the things that throw me anxiety attack and my thoughts while I'm having one, it's unbelievable. Let's walk a little bit over here where it happened. It's unbelievable. So how do I know that maybe this is something I seen? I don't know. I have no explanation for it, folks. All I do know is I seen it dart from one end of my basement to this side. And it happened so quick, and I thought it was my son Damien. It had dark clothing on, that's all I know. Wasn't able to make any facial features out. It was a human body, it looked like to me. And it went so fast, I thought it was Damien. As a matter of fact, I turned around, I said, Dame? And nobody was there. Plus, you know, I could hear the upstairs door being opened. We closed the doors to keep the cats out from down here, but we only have one cat now. And we still keep it closed because we don't want her down here. She comes down, she wants to scratch on things. And I don't want her to come down here and poop. Not that she would. Now, like I said, years ago, when I first moved into the house, I did a lot of work down here. Now, there's a lot of stuff down here when I first moved in. There's a lot of old refrigerators, and there's an old washer and dryer. There's a lot of stuff that I need to clean up. And I keep looking at this area, as you guys notice. There's a lot of things I had to clean up, and while I was doing the cleanup and stuff, I had some shot glasses. I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned the other day there used to be a bar right over here in this area. So I put the shot glasses down. Just imagine there's a bar right here. So I put the shot glasses down all next to each other. There's something like 6 of them. At this time, my kids were all outside playing, and it's just me doing the work down here. And I came back down about 15 minutes later, so I went upstairs to get something. And shot glasses were all stacked up as a pyramid. Instantly, I thought one of my kids were down here, so I asked each and every one of them. They said they didn't do it. Now, was that paranormal? I don't know. Could have very well easily been one of my kids, and they just denied the fact that he was down here playing with shot glasses. plus a few other things that had happened here and there that kind of would make one wonder that there's something down here in the basement. You know, and plus, not to mention, my mother-in-law passed away in this house. And plus, my father passed away not far from here. Not far at all. Less than, well, about 2 acres away. That's where my father lived. Real, that close, just right over there. You know, I mean, that's if you believe in our loved ones coming back and to say hi to us. I will never know what that really was, you know, but it's just something I can't explain. Can't debunk it either. I mean, I tried. I even got my oldest son to try to debunk it. I even went up to him, I said, come on, here's your challenge, debunk what I seen. He tried. He says, I can't, Dad. Can't. So, was it a figment of my imagination? Was it something that has to do with my anxiety issues, my panic issues, my mental status? Oh, that's all I need. My mental status has gotten to the point I'm seeing things. Oh, that's a scary thought, isn't it? All I know is, and I'm going to show you exactly what happened. My camera was just like this. I had turned it off, got it off the green screen. I pulled it back. I was like, oh, crap. I looked at the camera. I said, oh, man, I don't think the video card got all that. So I turned the camera back, you know, on. And I went back to make sure I got all the video. And I was like, yeah, I did. Now I turned around. I'm going to put the camera just the way that is my eyes are looking, okay? I just got done looking at the camera, so the camera's done like this. I hold it up. The camera wasn't working. I turned around like this, and out of the corner of my eye, and then full face, it darted from right over there, to that part of the basement, straight into there. Just as quick as you could possibly imagine. And I said, Damien? Then it dawned on me, I didn't hear nobody open the door or come down the steps. So what the heck was it? I have studied the paranormal. There is things out there we cannot explain. Was this one of them? Don't know. Interesting. But that comment I got the other day about is saying people with mental illnesses like mine, it's possible I could have seen something wasn't there. I've been down the basement many times since that night. And what's funny is, when I come down the basement, I turn on the first light. Okay, the first light is right there. At the bottom of the stairway is the second light, which is right there. And the rest of this basement is very dark. You would think that would light it up through here, but it doesn't. It's super dark through here, so I'll walk into total darkness. And believe me, after doing this so many times, you kind of know which way you're going. And I come over here, and I turn on the rest of the lights. So it's always on the back of my mind since that one night. Am I walking right into a bunch of spirits? But guys, this is something I want to add to what happened that night. I told you I probably would. So I don't know. You can leave comments if you want. You don't necessarily have to. I just want to kind of touch base a little bit more on that. And I'll tell you something else too. If you ever come down here and you just have very little lighting and see this, it's kind of spooky. The night of story time, when I did the story time, it kind of spooked me a little bit. Because when I came down, I didn't turn the lights on right away. I had my hands full, you know. I had my camera in my hands and I brought a water down with me. And I seen that over on the table. I was like, took a step back. So anyway, guys, leave me comments if you like. I don't know. This is just touching base on what, you know, what was seen the other night. Don't know. But I will tell you one thing. If it is a spirit, I more than welcome it. And my promise to the spirit is, if there is something down here, I will never ever do anything to get rid of it. And I won't do anything to basically try to haunt it. In other words, I won't do any investigating on it. I will not come through here in the middle of the night asking to speak to me and all that other crap. No. It's more than fine to live out however long spirits live out in peace with no interruptions from me. Only thing I ask is don't scare me. If you're going to appear, at least let me see you. Don't sneak up behind me and go, oh! You know, that's all I asked. And I have no problem. What's funny is there's a lot of things I get paranoid over in my anxiety, but spirits is not one of them. And what you just heard there was me closing the little thing on my little gap on my camera here. It was open. That is one thing that doesn't scare me. If the spirit was to walk up to me right now, I will admit I may skip a heartbeat or two, which could be dangerous for me, but I will not freak out. Strange, isn't it? Person my status has issues doing what I do. Not afraid to see a spirit. Not one bit. Never have been. I find this stuff comfortable. You know, it even, to add a little bit to the story, I even thought maybe it was my glasses, You know, the way the lights are here, and I'm kind of going back and forth, I can see a little glare. I said, what if it was a glare in my glasses? So that particular night, I stood over here, and I kept doing this fast, slow, fast. I just couldn't make anything appear like it was what I seen. So I even tried that. Well, guys, until next time, and my last video, I forgot to say, come on, let's get out of here. The reason being, when I was closing out the video, there's somebody walking up right next to me, and I was afraid to get them on video, so I forgot to say it. So I'm going to say it this time for sure, so this makes it up for last time. Come on, guys. Let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.